Hello everybody and welcome back to Isla Napali. It's already episode 21. Holy shit, it's already quite a lot what we've done in here. But first of all, before we start with the episode, I'm here to say sorry to, well, basically those three people who won last week. I haven't sent out the game key yet. Please be simple, be nice with me. This week has been incredible in terms of everything. I'm just going to explain what happened this week, but first of all, sorry to you guys. You will receive that key today. I'm not quite sure when, because after the recording I'm initially going to be out of the house again. So yeah, I'm gonna take the time tonight and send those out to you. I didn't forget you, didn't mean to let you wait that long. I'm very sorry about that, but yeah, it's been incredible since on actually, let's start yesterday we finally signed our new flat, and you know, this is kind of a huge decision to make because it's not for rent. It's nothing, you know, you can just, I don't know, go out if you don't like it any longer. It's something you buy for a very long time, so it's a very life decisive decision, so to say, and it kind of really takes everything of you. I couldn't sleep for days. I couldn't really think about anything else. And then, you know, also at work, it was pretty stressful, actually. So all in all, it was a really crazy week because, you know, you just have so much in your head, thinking about everything, if it's nice or not, if it's working the way you hope it would work, if you can do it all with your financial power. In the end of the day, you have to just do different calculations, you know, do it, I don't know, try to look at it from every perspective possible, try to talk to everybody, make sure that you do have connections and how many connections you have and how much money you will need, and all these kind of things really take up so much time that there was simply no time to think of anything else. I didn't even meant to wait that long to send out DLC codes. I just completely forgot about that. Like, there was nothing else in my head than just what's going on in real life, and nevertheless, I found some time to finally get back into streaming and stuff. So on Wednesday evening we had a nice stream. Really enjoyed this, and this is obviously the output of the stream, and I'm quite happy with how that turned out. And I have to admit that the whole thing looks kind of nice, kind of decent. I'm not happy with the size of it at the end. Maybe we're gonna have to change something about that, but yeah. Talking of my week again, is it was not the only thing. Like, you know, it was a pretty big decision, obviously, but then, like, there is another stream of things going on at the same time, which is then how you deal with the bank. Like, obviously we don't have that much money to buy a flat out of nowhere. It's pretty normal that you kind of need to borrow the money from a bank and then just to pay it back with some interest, and that's exactly the thing. You have to deal with them to get the best interest, and obviously we are still living in a time here in Europe where money is kind of cheap, so it's definitely a good decision if you have at least a little bit of financial power to think about really buying something, because you won't ever get money that cheap again. But at the end of the day, cheap is not cheap. You do have to kind of still make the best possible, and what we did essentially is kind of we went to a few banks, different banks, and let them kind of play against each other so that we at the end get the best out of it. Was kind of funny. It was it's actually ridiculous how much you can improve your level or kind of your offer by just playing all of them against each other. It's I don't want to name any values, but I can tell you that the percentage of our offer was like, if the first offer is like 100%, for example, our final one which we signed is like 75% of it, which is incredible. Like 25% win only by just playing them against each other, and the first offer was already kind of nice. So yeah, that went pretty straightforward for us, but also very well in terms of how the final offer does suit our pocket, so to say, if you will. Yeah, kind of these things really were taking all my time. And then again, on Thursday evening, I had my Christmas party from the agency, which was in Hamburg. So we traveled to Hamburg on Thursday noon, kind of ish, where we still, you know, try to. And now it's Rudi ranting about Rudi Rennkamel is also a nice one. Anyways, ranting about the German mobile internet. It's insane. I mean, it took us about 4 hours to go from Düsseldorf to Hamburg. And whilst this time I would have needed to do something for my work on my laptop. I do have a laptop, obviously, like a MacBook Pro, and pretty decent. You can do all the stuff if you want to. In this time, like also Premiere Pro and so on, cutting video at the moment. But obviously you also have to download data and upload data. You have to respond to emails and you have to write emails. And guess what? In 4 hours constant driving through Germany, we had, was not alone, was obviously with my colleagues, we had approximately 5 minutes where the internet was acceptable enough to at least write an email. And this is nothing where I'm going to exaggerate here. Germany is, in terms of mobile internet connection, potentially one of the worst countries on this earth. It's insane, like honestly. I've been sitting in a train in Thailand 4 years ago, and I bought this kind of prepaid card, what kind of every tourist does over there. So not to fuck up your own money, you basically just go into a shop, which is like everywhere, and you just buy like a prepaid card with I don't know, I think it was like $20 or something on it, which was enough for 4 weeks. So it's ridiculous. But guess what? We took back then we took a train from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, which is way up in the north, and it takes like 10 hours or something. And I had, like, throughout the whole journey, throughout the whole ride with the train, we had like the best internet available. We could like send videos, we could stream and kind of things. And in Germany, it's like you leave the train station and it's immediately no internet. It's insane. It's like I don't believe it even. And obviously, yes, the trains claim they provide Wi-Fi, but actually, it's if you use the Wi-Fi, if you don't, it doesn't really make a difference. Like if you want to send an email, for example, it's like you send an email and it starts buffering, and once you've arrived in the target train station, it potentially is sent out just a few minutes ago. So you could easily just go out to the train station and use the Wi-Fi of the train station and send it out immediately. Would be actually the same thing. But hey, yeah, well, never mind. That's just, I'm just so mad about it. It's like living in Germany in terms of mobile internet is insane. It's not even possible. I don't know. It's not even worth to actually rant about it, but I can't believe how bad it is. Like, for all those people living in Germany, they know what I'm talking about, and for all those who are not living in Germany, you can't believe how accurate my description was and how bad it really is. Like, it's really bad. It's really bad. We do have kind of, the internet connection for homes, at least in the bigger cities and in the more dense areas, is alright. It's okay, it's good. But as soon as you go out a little bit to the, let's say, lower dense cities and towns, it even gets in kind of the cable connection stuff. It even gets very bad there. Like my parents, for example, they haven't had an internet which is kind of capable of streaming Netflix, for example, until 2 years ago. I mean, it's insane. You can't even describe it. And they're not living in a small town. They're actually living in a city which has like around 150,000 inhabitants or something. It's like, yeah, and these kind of things really. I'm like a digital strategist in my job, and I'm doing a lot of digital stuff and also digital media campaigns and social media stuff. And obviously, you're always like looking at what other countries do and what other brands have done, and there's like so much great stuff you could do, but you can't in Germany because it's just not possible. Like you can't do like Snapchat or Instagram story, really nice mechanics with this one, because that would have a need of having constantly great internet to basically offer people the interaction with it, and you simply can't do this in Germany because you would actually lose too many people canceling or broadening the stuff, not because they don't want or they are not completely correctly activated, but just because they can't, because there's no internet anyways. So yeah, it's ridiculous. But let's stop talking about this because I could like rant a whole day about it. So back to the point, then I had my Christmas party obviously there, and also was a very busy week because tomorrow, I'm also recording this on Sunday, so tomorrow morning I'm going to be at a client meeting very early on, so I needed to finish up the presentation for it right until a few minutes before this recording. So also a busy weekend in terms of my job. And today we've been already in our new flat with some of the guys who are going to help us building stuff in there and stuff like kind of renovation stuff and so on. So also needing to get together very early on to talk with all of them, and yeah, very busy. And this is basically my very long saying sorry to you guys why I haven't done this. But hey, I think you basically can all agree, or we can all agree on the fact that these are things that are way more important than doing stuff like that, because at the very end this is my hobby and not my job. So yeah, here we are, here I am talking 10 minutes about this while I just wanted to say quickly sorry. Anyhow, maybe we just should talk a little bit about Planet Coaster again, because there has been something announced, which is the Magnificent Rides collection, which is dropping the 18th of December, which is kind of like an early Christmas present, because like what we've seen already and what I'm highly guessing is in this pack will make me so happy, and I can't say how happy I am. Also, finally to have a SLC, because that's already confirmed by the image and by the little teaser they dropped, and it's just insane. The Grand Carousel is also a so highly requested thing. While we look at some guys without eyes, we're just looking in the stream at these eyes, but in a second it's going to go on with the build. I'm very excited for this DLC, like having 9 new rides, whilst we have one, as far as I understood this correctly, with a variant to it. So actually let's kind of say 9.5-ish new rides, and I think it's exactly the right direction they're going, because with the TMT and how much the TMT is exploding at the moment, a kind of themed DLC wouldn't have made that much sense in my opinion. So at the end, I'm just very happy that they decided to give us a nice collection of new and highly demanded rides. As far as I understood this, also from talking to Sam a few months ago, they really looked into what people really wanted, and in terms of rides and kind of, I think this is basically the DLC we've all been waiting for, at least for the ride enthusiasts. So yeah. Speaking of which, ride is a very good word over here, because this leads us in a very smooth segue into our thing, into something our company has done a few weeks ago and which finally paid off. Sylphcomp replied in our company chat. Many of you have seen this maybe. The workers of B&M have been very busy the last week and have already been starting to build something in Isla Napali, and you can't see this right now because it's been on a secret layer, so to say, which is on Sylph's channel. Obviously, he will kind of document the building process of the B&M ride. I'm not going to talk more about this because Sylph will do this, obviously, but we can confirm it's built by B&M, and yeah, it's really exciting, and I can't wait to share this with you next week. Hopefully it is next week, but I have already the build at my hand, so here we go. But yeah, so there are just a few more seconds left. I'm going to talk about this build a little bit more in the next episode once this is going to be finished. For now, I should now slowly start to end this episode by telling you that there potentially is no stream tomorrow, but on Wednesday I'm going to try to stream again. And yeah, hopefully we're gonna see each other all there. And anyways, in the next video and whatsoever, have a great Sunday, and see you in the next episode. Until then, bye bye.
We should be hiding out wherever we may find